Everyone, welcome to your Circuit and Tabata class. We have an express version of class today. So typically Circuit and Tabata workouts are like 50 to 60 minutes long. Today we're pretty much cutting that in half. So we're just going to do one strength circuit and then one kind of cardio Tabata at the end. For equipment, you're going to need a set of medium weights. I like to have options on hand, so I have a set of 10-pound weights, and then I also have a set of 8-pound weights on hand in case I need to drop down a little lighter. If you're new to these classes, in the strength circuit, I'm going to give you 5 exercises. You do them each for 45 seconds with 10 seconds of transition time in between. You then rest for 30 seconds before repeating. We have some unilateral work today, so we're going to complete 4 sets of our circuit in total. We then move on to a Tabata. For the Tabata, I'm going to give you 2 body weight exercises, and you alternate between them using an interval structure of 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 8 sets. We're going to start class with a guided warm-up focused on mobility and some light cardio to bring the heart rate up, and then we'll finish up class with a quick guided cool down. You don't need any equipment for our warm-up. Let's get right into that. We'll start with some thoracic mobility, my favorite way to warm up. I want you to reach your left arm overhead. We're going to side bend over to the right, and then staying within this side bend, we're going to rotate. So on an exhale, you're going to rotate your chest down to the floor, keep the hips pointing forward. Inhale, rotate up. So really think about where this twist is coming from, your mid-spine. The arm and shoulder just follow. One more. Come through your side bend, and let's take it up and over to the other side. Right arm reaches up, side bend over to the left. On an exhale, rotate down. Inhale up. Last time. Come through your side bend, bring it up tall, reach your arms out to the side. We're going to come into some arm circles, doesn't matter the direction. I want you to start small, palms face forward, and then gradually just make those circles a little bigger and a little bigger. As the circles get bigger, the arms start to come in front of your body, up, out, and to the side. When you go out to the side, don't open up so wide that you flare open through the ribs. We're maintaining that gentle connection to our abdominal wall. 2 more. And then come back to shoulder height and just reverse the direction of the circles. Again, start small and gradually make them bigger and bigger, mobilizing through that shoulder joint. Arms start to come in front of your body. You should be at your biggest range of motion here. We're going to come into a hip hinge with an arm sweep. Arms go overhead, palms face forward in 3, circle for 2 and 1. Palms face forward, arms overhead. You're going to hinge at the hips, and as you do, you're going to sweep your arms back behind you, reaching your tailbone long, open across the chest, and then squeeze through the seat as you come up, arm sweep overhead. Maintaining a neutral spine, so we're not sinking into the back. We're going to hold the hip hinge. We're going to keep the arm sweep going, adding in a reverse fly in 3, 2, hold that hinge. The arm sweep up and back, up and back. So like I said, we're going to take this into a reverse fly up next. Palms will face in towards each other in 3, 2, 1. Palms face in towards each other. We fly open and close. So you're thinking of retracting the shoulder blades. They slide in towards each other and wide. Length through the back of the neck. We're going to forward fold in 3, 2, 1. Forward fold. From here, I want you to separate your feet about as wide as your mat. And we're just going to move between this forward fold and then a deep squat, or as deep as you can. I know it's still early. So you're going to bend the knees, drop the tailbone, lift the chest, and then straighten the legs, forward fold. Drop low into that squat, chest lifts, and straighten. So opening up through the hips here and the backs of the legs. Coming up next, we're going to do a hip circle into a back lunge. We'll stand it up tall in 3, 2, 1. Roll it up to stand. All right, so we're going to start with kind of a march of that left knee. So bring the left knee up to about hip height, and we're going to circle it open, back and around. And as we do, bend into this stationary right knee, sink into your low lunge. Again, same side. We march, circle it open, step it back. This next time, we're going to hold that low split lunge. Hold. Now from here, square your hips. So right hip back, left hip forward, and then pick that left hip up a smidge and just give me little pulses up and down. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg in 3, 2, 1. Stand it up, take it over to the right. You march, circle it open, step it back. Big circle into that low lunge. Next time at the bottom, you're going to hold that lunge. Square your hips, level your hips, and then pulse it out. So we'll be doing work in our circuit in a split lunge position, and I'm going to be reminding you constantly, square hips, level hips. Pulse for 3, jumping jacks in 2, and 1, stand it up. All right, we're going to come into some light cardio. Let's start with jumping jacks. If you don't want to jump, you can do a step jack instead. By the way, throughout class, anytime we have jumping, which is really just for the Tabata today, I will have low impact modifications playing. We have 3 moves in this cardio dynamic movement section, and we'll go through them twice. Butt kickers coming up next in 3, 2, 1. Butt kickers, run it out. So we're bringing the heart rate up. This is also a little active opening for the quads. Next up, we're going to find a wide stance. It's going to be a side lunge, opposite hand to opposite foot, side to side in 3, 2, 1. Nice wide stance. Opposite hand towards opposite foot. And then bring it over to the other side, adding in a little twist. So we're going to go through these one more time, and then I will show you our circuit, a little preview of the exercises. Jumping jacks in 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks. Butt kickers in 4, 3, 2, 1. Run it out. We'll finish up this warm-up with that side lunge, wide stance in 4, 3, 2, 1. Wide stance. Opposite hand towards opposite foot. Slide to side, twisting. Stay active through your inner thighs so that the knee doesn't sway out. It stays pointing forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to show you our circuit. First up, we have a bicep combo. It's going to be a circle curl one direction, a circle curl the other direction, and then a cross body serve the platter. You're basically bringing hand up towards opposite shoulder in front of you. Next 3 moves will focus on one leg. First up, you're going to be in a hinge lunge position. It's a reverse fly. And then as you step your back foot in, you're going to give me a row, staying low on that stationary side. Next up, we're going to come into a split lunge, so torso is upright. We move from a split lunge into a standing knee drive position. We move into our single leg deadlift, back to that knee drive, and then return to our split lunge position. Fourth exercise, holding that split lunge position. So again, upright through the torso, we're going to do a bent raise. You're going to go right, left, and then you're going to do both together. And as you do, you're going to lift up, straightening through those legs, and then you sink back down into that low split lunge position. Final exercise, you're down on the mat in sort of a boat pose position. It's going to be a single arm shoulder press, a twist. Single arm shoulder press other side, twist opposite direction. We're going to start with that bicep work. I'm going to use my 10-pound weights to start. I have my 8-pound weights standing by in case I need to drop down. So open through the chest, neutral through the pelvis, palms face forward. It's going to be a circle curl either direction, and then we do that kind of cross body serve the platter or front raise. So circle curl, one direction, forearms stay parallel. At the bottom, switch direction, and then one arm at a time. Lift out in front of you, right and then left. Circle curl one direction. Switch direction of the circles. To show you from a different angle, you raise with an unlocked elbow. So the 10 seconds of transition time, don't really treat it like a rest, okay? It's just so that we can get into position and the setup for the next exercise. Right leg is going to be the focus, so the right leg will be forward. Coming up next. Okay, so right foot steps forward, left leg is back. Huge hinge forward with the torso, reverse fly, And then as you step this back foot in, you're going to give me a row. And that back left foot is just tapping and then stepping right back out. We're not transferring weight into it. So we're holding low on that right side. When you do that reverse fly, you are retracting through those shoulder blades, and then again with the row. When you do the row, think elbows back and up so that we stay open through the chest. Okay, now from here, arms are just going to stay straight. Let's come into a split lunge position, so knees bent at opposing 90-degree angles, torso upright. From here, keep your right foot planted, stand, knee drive with the left, and then extend that left leg behind you as you come into your single leg deadlift, unlock through the right knee. Bring it up into that knee drive, and then step back to that split lunge. When you do the deadlift, keep the weights pretty close to your legs, okay? So go slowly through that part, a bit of a balance challenge. Long through the spine, open through the chest. Square through the hips on that deadlift. So you got to kind of think of pulling that left hip down in line with the right. We have one more exercise where this right leg will be the focus. It'll be in that split lunge position, and we'll do the bent raise. All right, so step back into that split lunge position and find a hammer curl position with the weights. Holding low in the split lunge, you're going to do a bent raise. One side, then the other, and then you're going to do both together. And as you do, straighten through the legs, return down low. Now remember in our warm-up when I talked about squaring and leveling the hips in the split lunge position. Same thing goes here. So pull your left hip forward, right hip back, pick your left hip up so it's level with the right. All right, make your way down to the mat. We're going to find a boat pose position. So it'll roll to the back of your sitting bones, but stay open through the chest, legs at a hover. Now your elbows are lifted, okay? From here, shoulder press on the right, and then twist over to the left. Shoulder press on the left, and then twist over to the right. Just alternating sides. If you need to keep your heels down on the floor instead of balancing, that is a great option. Shoulder press, one arm, twist. Stay scooped through the lower spine, okay? So you're on the back of those sitting bones. Open through the chest though. And rest. Okay, you have 30 seconds to recover. When we get to the halfway point in this circuit, so after this next time through, I'm going to give you a full minute to recover, okay? I want you to have enough recovery time so you can really push yourself when we're in the work. All right, so take note, how are the weights? Do you need to go heavier? Maybe you need to go lighter. I want you to be challenged, but you have to be able to keep proper form. We'll start at the top with those circle curls. Open through the chest. Now, yes, this is a biceps exercise, getting shoulders as well, but your core really needs to work to support this movement as well. So make sure that you are not dumping your pelvis forward and arching into the low back. You're thinking of bracing through the abdominal wall. Core engagement will also help prevent you from rocking forward and back as you do these movements. Now, left leg is going to be the focus up next. Okay, so let's find that big hinge lunge position. Left leg forward, right leg straight and reaches back. Pull your hips back, huge hinge forward with the torso. One reverse fly, and then we step as we row. And again, when you do that step, you're not transferring weight to the right foot. You're literally just tapping it in. All the weight is in this left side, and then step it back. Now I want you to think of resisting the weights back down. That goes for the fly as well as the row. So control in both directions. Think of keeping equal length through the waist on both sides. So you might need to shift that left hip back slightly. Okay, weight stays still. It's that split lunge, so bend your back knee now. Both knees bent, torso upright. Stand and knee drive, right knee lifts up. Single leg deadlift, right leg reaches back, unlock through your left knee. Keep the weights in close to that shin. Back up to your knee drive. Step to your split lunge. Woo. You know, I love mixing in balance and stability challenges into these classes. If you've taken a bunch with me. So that is exactly what we're doing here. Okay, we're going to hold this split lunge. So step that right foot back, square your hips, level your hips. Come into that hammer curl position, and we're going to do a bent raise. One side, then the other, and then both together as you straighten through the legs and lower back down. Woo. Oh, come down to the mat. All right, we're in that boat pose position. So seated, roll to the back of those sitting bones, but open through the chest, tall through your upper spine. Palms face in, elbows lifted. You shoulder press on one arm, and then you twist opposite elbow to opposite knee. Other side. You have a full minute to recover after this one, okay? I want you to have enough recovery time that you can challenge yourself with your weight choices. If this really bothers your hip flexors, try crossing one ankle over the other. Whew, and rest. Full minute to recover. Just a little form note about when we're doing that bent raise. So when you're doing that bent raise, there will be some elevation of the shoulder blade. That's normal. It's kind of upwardly rotating, but I don't want you to pull the shoulder up to your ear. So just be mindful of that it's not this shrug motion, okay? Okay, so assess how you're doing with your weight load. The last few reps of every interval should feel really challenging, but you should be able to do them maintaining proper form. So that's a good gauge for knowing if you should maybe go up a little bit in weight or maybe drop down a little bit in weight. I'm going to stick with my 10-pounders. Okay, round 3, circle curls. Unlock through the knees in the standing position. If you're having can't talk. Go. One circle curl, one direction, switch direction, and then do that crossbody front raise. So what I was going to say before I forgot how to form sentences is if you notice that you're sinking into your low back on this and swaying back a lot, try taking a staggered stance. So just bring one foot kind of like a little kickstand behind you, and often that can help. Right leg will be the focus up next. So right leg will be forward. Well, it's a compound movement. Not just the leg will be working, but let's go. Step that right foot forward, big step back with your left leg so that we're low on this right side. Square your hips, big hinge forward, long through the spine. One reverse fly, row as you tap that left foot in and out. I'm gonna hit my couch. I think I say that at least once a workout. Oops, hitting my couch. Oops, just hit my couch. The joys of working out in an apartment in the city. No space. All right, bend into that back left knee. So now we're in a split lunge position. From here, standing knee drive, single leg deadlift, back to the knee drive, step to your split lunge. The 45-second intervals are long enough that you should not feel like you have to rush to get in an effective number of reps, okay? Take your time through this. Now, if the single leg deadlift isn't happening, you can do a staggered deadlift instead. So you'd keep that left foot behind you on the floor for balance, okay? Okay, we hold that split lunge position and let's get our hips in the proper alignment. Left hip forward, right hip back a smidge. Lift your left hip up a smidge, sit a little lower on the right side. Hammer curl position with the arms. Bent raise, right, left, both together as you stand. Woo! Oh, make your way down to the mat. Boat pose position, or a V-sit, sometimes it's called. Roll to the back of your sitting bones, but open through the collarbones. Elbows are lifted, okay? If you need to keep them lowered, that's all right as well. Single arm shoulder press. Twist that elbow to the opposite knee, other side. Stay with me. You have 30 seconds to recover after this. Oh, and rest 30 seconds. If you need longer than 30 seconds, pause the video. Oh, all right, just one more time through, and then we're done with the weights. We're done with our strength circuit. And we'll move on to our Tabata. The Tabata's quick. It's 4 minutes of interval work. So already we're getting there towards the end of this workout. Let's grab those weights. We start at the top, palms face forward. Gentle engagement through the glutes here to help hold the pelvis at neutral. Circle curl one direction. Switch the circle. Cross body front raise. So it's kind of like pinky side of your hand goes in line with the opposite shoulder. Left foot will be forward up next. All right, left foot steps forward, right leg is straight and it reaches back. Pull your hips back, again, equal length through the waist. And we do one reverse fly in this hinged position. Step, tap, and row. Okay, arms stay straight, bend into your back, right knee, so we're in our split lunge position. We move from split lunge into knee drive, into single leg deadlift, open through the chest, level through the hips, energize through that back leg, even though it's not the mover, it's not the target per se, it is still active. And don't worry so much about how low you go in that single leg deadlift. Just depends a lot on hamstring flexibility. You don't have to go super, super low for it to be effective. Just think about trying to bring your shoulders kind of at hip level, at least, if possible. Maybe you don't get quite that far. Whew. All right, step back into your split lunge, find that hammer curl position. Square your hips, level your hips. We have 2 work intervals to go in this circuit, you got it. Bent raise right and then left, both together as you stand. If doing both together is too much, you can continue alternating. So you would just lift one as you straighten the legs and then do the other side. Oops, what am I doing? I'm all off rhythm now. Come down to the mat. Final 45 seconds, we got this. Okay, we're done with our weights after this. Roll the back of your sitting bones, palms facing towards each other, legs at a hover. Single arm shoulder press and twist. Other side. If you need to drop the weights and just do a regular Russian twist, go for it. And done. Okay, put the weights off to the side. You have a minute to recover. I'm going to show you our Tabata. For our Tabata, first exercise is going to be a squat hop and then a squat jump with a heel click, just bringing those legs in together, landing back down in that squat. To modify that one, if you want to keep it low impact, it would be a squat pulse, come to stand. Pulse, stand, and I'll have that low impact modification playing on the screen. Second exercise is going to be a chest to floor burpee. If you'd rather do a burpee with a regular push-up at the bottom, that works too, or you could eliminate the push-up or the lowering of the chest altogether and just jump to a plank. To modify that one, again, this will be playing in the corner, but you would just step to plank and stand. Step, 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 stand. All right, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 8 rounds, let's go. All right, to start, squat hop, squat jump heel click. From your low squat, little hop, big and bring those feet together. If you want to do a regular squat jump without tapping the feet, that's fine too. Now I want you moving the whole 20 seconds. So instead of stopping, just do the modification, okay? Rest. All right, burpees. I'm doing chest to floor. Let's go. Whew, rest. Okay, first set done. Squat hop, squat jump heel click. Let's go. Little hop, jump heel click. Keep it up. Rest. Burpees, any version you want. I'm doing chest to floor. Let's go. Oh, done. All right, just like that, halfway there. Oh, squat hop, squat jump heel click. Let's go. Little hop, jump, bring it in. Rest. All right, burpees. Whew. Let's go. Rest. Final set. We got this. And go. Squat hop, squat jump heel click. All right, done with that exercise. Final 20 seconds. Burpees. Let's go. We cool down on the other side. Go. Oh, and done. Awesome job. Take a second to catch your breath. I'm going to bring you through a quick guided cool down. Grab a drink of water if you need it. Let's take a standing quad stretch. So you're going to grab your left foot in your hand, pulled in towards your bum. Neutral through the pelvis, almost think of dropping the tailbone down. And continue. Just take some deep breaths. Let's take it over to the other side. Grab that right foot. From here, find a wide stance. Both feet point forward. And let's just forward fold for a little bit of a release. You can nod your head yes and no. And then I like to grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. And let's just sway side to side a little bit, bending into one knee and then the next. Coming into center, release the elbows. I want you to plant your left hand in the center. You might need to widen your stance. And we're going to twist open with the right. Open through the chest. Maybe you stay here, maybe you bend the elbow and bring it behind your back for a bit more of a chest opener and shoulder stretch. And then coming through center, let's take it over to the other side. Right hand plants, left arm twists open. Keep reaching long through the top of your head. Maybe you bend that elbow, bringing the hand behind your back. Now coming through center, just a little stretch for the forearms and the biceps a bit. I want you to flip your palms so that the fingers point back towards your heels. And then I want you to walk your hands forward a little bit, and you're going to shift your hips back until you feel that nice opening through the forearms and through the palms. Notice if when you do this, your fingers want to kind of curl. Really try to hold them long. Get a nice opening through the palm here. I mean, one of our hands, really our hand's main function is to, of course, grip things. So we spend a lot of time with our hands in this kind of curled position, so it feels really nice to do the opposite, opening them up. When you're ready, flip the hands back normal. Heel toe your feet in towards center. We're going to slowly roll up to stand. Let's finish with one deep breath together. Inhale, arm sweep up overhead. And exhale, release. Awesome work today. If you like this class, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post new workouts here for free every Monday, sometimes more frequently. And then I post a bunch additional classes every month to Patreon. Patreon videos are still just YouTube videos, but private. So becoming a Patreon member gives you access to this whole library of YouTube videos that is privately linked. I appreciate your support, whether it's here on YouTube or on Patreon or both. And I'll see you guys next time.